Here in the grounds of the Ag in Motion Farm Show 2022 at Langham, Saskatchewan, one of the popular events is the tractor pull. Stacey, you put it on, and Greg, you were a competitor. Stacey, tell me about what's involved putting this on.
It's not a whole lot for me. Your boss has called me and said, "I want you to come to a show," and asked him, "What do you want me to do?" Here's a plot of ground. We turn it into a pulling track. I get a hold of some guys. We publicize it. We get some tractors out, and we have a good blast doing it.
So we were all vintage tractors here. These are 1965 and older, right? And you've got about a 300-foot long track here. And that seemed to be just barely enough for some of those.
Well, the sport of tractor pulling goes way back into the 60s, and when they started organizing it, the rules for the track is 30 feet wide, 300 feet long. And everybody's come accustomed to pulling 300 feet. And that's why we want to go with 300 feet. When they do small town shows, they do 300 feet. Last year we did 200 feet, and it was a little more challenging to set things. The way the sled is built and designed, it's to stop the tractors in and around that 300-foot mark. My goal as a sled builder and operator of the sled is I want the littlest tractor to get 200, 250 feet, and I don't want anybody going past 300. And it's quite impressive to myself and everybody else when I can do that.
Now, you do this pretty regularly. You've been all over operating tractor or running tractor pull competitions, right?
I seen my first tractor in 1977. I seen it run in 78 for the first time. I built my first modified Mini in 1980, and I built my first mini sled in 1983. And in 2005, I acquired that tractor that I first seen in 77. And in 2010, I built a big sled, and we did modified shows all across Western Canada, into Montana, Alberta, Manitoba. So I've been roughly 40-some places with my sleds.
Wow.
And even more with tractors pulling.
Greg, have you competed before? You competed here today with your 700 case. Is this your first pull, or have you done?
No, there's a couple of towns close to here that do vintage tractor pulls, and we try to, summers are busy, but we try to go to other towns so that they come to ours. And so no, we've done this for years. We've got a small group of guys at home that they love to do it.
What got you interested in doing it?
Well, growing up on the farm, we drove this stuff. That's what Dad had, and whether it was harrowing or raking hay or doing whatever, that's where we started. So now it's kind of oh look, I used to drive a tractor like that, and it's on Kijiji or it's on Marketplace, and stuff, if it's priced right, you never know, it might be on your doorstep the next day.
Yeah. Is the 700 the only vintage you've got, or have you got other ones that you can pull?
No, I have 3 case tractors, and then I do have a little Ford as well. I have a 400, a 600, and this 700 in case. Yeah.
There's not a lot of 400s around anymore.
No, there's not.
Rare.
Yeah. So,
Stacey, what's the rarest tractor you've seen on a pull?
The Co-op probably.
The 1936 Co-op.
1936. Very popular is the mid-30s to early 60s John Deeres. Some places, there'll be 25 or 30 of them.
Right.
And there might be 8 ARs and 6 Rs.
Right.
And it's quite interesting.
Has any one vintage tractor impressed you in a pull? If you had to say, I was going to pull, I would pull with?
It all comes down to the tractor, the shape it's in, and how it's been tweaked and stuff.
Okay.
They take the 700 case, a little hardship. It's got a little bit of fuel issue. The Oliver just blew the doors off everybody today, but it's a little heavier, and it's got quite a bit more of a performance motor compared to what the traditional tractor that vintage has. So,
is there a technique as a driver?
Well, everybody likes to say they got a secret. No, it's, lots of guys will play with their tire pressures, and then lots of guys, it's premium fuel versus regular fuel, or just whatever you think might give you an edge, because of course you want to beat your neighbor whenever you go.
Course,
but no, there's not a lot of tweaking you can do. You just hope it runs the day you're at the pull.
And with a vintage machine of any kind, that's up in the air sometimes.
Anything can happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there was a good crowd here today, right?
It was fabulous. I was just blown away. I had to take pictures of it, and so I can show the bosses that, the crowd is here for it. So hopefully they bring us back.
The visitors want to see it. Yeah. So will you be back next year?
Hope so. Yeah.
I hope so. I'm planning on it. So it's on my schedule.
Great. Thanks, gentlemen. Appreciate the time.
All right.
you.
Thanks.
Yeah.